some cereal. Let me hear your crackle pop. Your crackle pop. Let me hear your crackle pop. Wanna eat cereal, cereal. I wanna eat cereal. Let's eat some cereal. Let me hear your crackle pop. Your crackle pop. Let me hear your crackle pop.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome, cereal lovers, to another cereal review. I am your host and palate guide, Professor Cereal Doctor. For the last 2 episodes of Cereal Box, I have been reviewing cereals that I've never tried before. They were sent to me by a self-proclaimed superfan named Harold. But after sampling 2 of the 4 cereals he sent, I now wonder if he's really a fan at all. The cereals ranged from bad to nearly inedible. Now, is this Harold one of my many personal or professional enemies, sending me subpar cereals in an attempt to sabotage my new cereal review endeavor? I don't know, but if it were, it certainly wouldn't be the first time. In this line of work, you develop many enemies, especially if you do your job well. At any rate, I needed a break. A palate cleanser. Something not just good for this channel and my brand, but good for me. With that said, the cereal we'll be reviewing today is Honey Nut Cheerios. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. Professor Cereal Doctor, didn't you review Honey Nut Cheerios on November 27th, 1997? Yes, I did. And wasn't an entire issue of your cereal fanzine, Grain on the Brain, devoted to Honey Nut Cheerios in the summer of 1989? Yes. And that is the point. I want something familiar, something I know, something you know. Think of this review as a calibration to see if our tastes match. In the field of cereal academia, it is called grounding your bias. If I were to tell you that Jolly Rancher cereal is trash, which it is, how would you trust my judgment unless you know my opinion on a shared taste experience? And we've all tried Honey Nut Cheerios. And besides, not only were my 757 cereal reviews created during my time in the cereal laboratory expunged for all time, my old cereal fanzines fetch over $3,000 a copy on the secondary market. And I wish to keep things accessible. Now for a little history. Honey Nut Cheerios came onto the cereal scene in 1979 as an early flavor variant to classic, aka plain, Cheerios. A sweeter version of the cereal, it became a great success, causing General Mills to eventually spawn over 25 further Cheerio variations. Everything from peanut butter multi-grain Cheerios to pumpkin spice Cheerios to liver and onion Cheerios can be credited to the paradigm shift created by Honey Nut Cheerios' massive popularity. In fact, Honey Nut Cheerios is the top-selling brand name cereal in the United States, with nearly $500 million of sales in 2017. But the question isn't how popular the cereal is. The question is, how does this cereal compare in the eyes and the mouth of this humble cerealist? Let's find out. Now, let's look at the box. The first thing you notice is these wonderful brown and yellow colors. Brown and yellow. A perfect color combination. Just looking at brown and yellow makes me hungry. Honey Nut Cheerios really knows what they're doing. And I don't know why I don't see these color combinations more often. Like on sports teams' uniforms. Winnipeg Jet fans, I know we've had our differences. As a peace offering, you have first dibs on this color change. You'd look fabulous. Back to the box, the second thing that you notice is that it is very busy with text. You can see it says, Honey Nut Cheerios, made with real honey, and in a font almost as large as the name of the product, it very proudly proclaims that it can help lower cholesterol as a part of a heart-healthy diet. And if you take a very close look at the side, you'll see this star-shaped symbol, which in academic circles is known as a writer's white lie. What it's telling you is not all there is to tell. And if you take a look in this portion, this explains their pronouncement of how it can help lower cholesterol. But one thing is very, very clear from all of this, all the words on here, it all has a theme, which is, I am a healthy cereal. I'm gluten-free. And it says the first ingredient is whole grain oats. It really wants you to think that this is as healthy of a cereal as you could possibly get. It will have medicinal purposes. And of course, this isn't the first cereal to promise good health if you eat it. In fact, if you do a little bit of research with a cereal historian, which I'm not, but if you do a little bit of research, you'll know that in the late 1800s, when cereal was first invented, it was meant to be a healthy alternative cereal and created in sanatoriums to keep urges down, which to me is a little ironic, because nothing gets me more excited than a good cereal. Nobody really makes these claims as well as a Cheerios with their lower cholesterol pronouncements and all that. Some have tried, such as Robitussin-infused Crave, but none do it as good as a Honey Nut Cheerios. Let's move to the side of the box, the nutrition information. You all know I don't really care too much about this. even with a cereal that claims to be healthy, I didn't even look to see if it is. But there is one thing that I do want to point out on this side of the box, and that is that there are 2 rows of information. One of these rows is just of the cereal itself, and then the other one is cereal with milk, which, as you know, I do not cotton to. But one of the things that I have noticed is this isn't whole milk or even 2% milk. They specifically have the information for skim milk. And as a service to you, I will be trying this cereal a little later with skim milk. Okay, let's turn to the back of the box, and we have some very interesting things happening here. It has the mascot of the cereal, whose name is Buzz, but fun fact, he's been around since the inception of the cereal in 1979, but he was not named until the year 2000 by, I believe, a 5th grader, finally naming him Buzz. Even though, taking a look at him, he is obviously a Jerry. Taking a look further down, we see a buzz-worthy choice, and this is when we get rather heavy with puns. You'll see it says something about an amazing taste, and in the top they show what is ostensibly a maze, but in reality, just between me and you, who I respect thoroughly, this is obviously an Illuminati symbol. The good news is that this symbol simply means good luck and good health. So, I actually think it's rather nice. The last thing to point out with the back of the box is that this character Buzz is rather different from the Buzz on the front of the box. And Spencer, we can have a close-up of the two to compare them? Okay. I'm fine with the Illuminati symbol, but the mystery of needing 2 different actors to play the character of Buzz on the same packaging is very bizarre. And I bet you there's a very interesting story behind it. I, knock on wood, hope I can find out why. The last side of the box is something that mentions the idea of snapping for fun. Yeah, that's pretty fun. And that's as far as I'm willing to take it. There's so much more to explore with your box. I highly recommend you spend at least a few hours of your time when you buy your cereal just exploring the box, especially one as rich as this one. But let's, speaking of richness, get to the tasting of the cereal and the opening of the box. Usually before I open the box, I give my prediction of how it will taste. But this is Honey Nut Cheerios. We all know how it tastes. So I will just proceed with opening the box. Again, opens, at least the cardboard opens very well, and, this only goes to show that when When a cereal company really cares about the products that they make, they really put in the extra effort. Easy to open, both the cardboard and the plastic, and here we go. Look at that. Wonderful. Now, you can see here the look of the Cheerios. They have a nice little shine on it, and they also have a bit of a patina, I would say. It just looks like something both classic and classy. Now, touching the cereal, it is made of honey, and it is a little bit sticky, but not really as sticky as Jolly Rancher. No. This is the right amount of stickiness for a cereal that is made with real honey. So, let's go straight to the tasting. And as all of you know by now, I always taste my cereal both in an official and in a personal capacity without milk in the cereal, aka Get Out style. It was like meeting an old friend and chewing him. It just brought me back the second I bit into it, and it was crunchy, it was sweet, the flavor stayed with you as you desiccated the cereal in your mouth. It was just a very pleasant experience. Welcome back into my life, Honey Nut Cheerios. Now, let's try this cereal with skim milk. The adding of the skim milk. Now, I always have milk that is at least 2% or whole milk. I would even suggest if you were going to add milk to cereal, my top suggestion would just be to add cream. So here we go. I'm adding skim milk. And that should be it. I don't want to sound too judgy. I don't understand how you people do this to cereal and to milk. It's two wonderful tastes that go terribly together. And to top it off by watering down your milk, I just don't see the point of it. I really don't. Shame on you all. Overall, Honey Nut Cheerios is, well, let me just say, I'm so thankful for this experience. Having Honey Nut Cheerios back in my life after struggling with the first two cereal reviews, it has left me energized. It has made me happy. These are things that cereals should always do for you. And if they don't, then they're doing it wrong. So, Honey Nut Cheerios, thank you. I do realize that I have not yet ranked the cereals that we've tried so far. And I want to do that now before we get overwhelmed with all of the cereals that I'll be reviewing in the future. So, it should come as no surprise to any person, even women, that Honey Nut Cheerios is the best of the cereals that I've tried so far. But I want to let you all in on a little secret. Honey Nut Cheerios is actually not my personal favorite cereal. You'll have to keep watching to find out what that one is. But continuing the list, way further down is Hershey Kisses, and at the bottom, and I mean the bottom, is Jolly Rancher cereal. I don't know if any other cereal I try will kick that out of the bottom spot. But again, that's what this is all about, discovery. So, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in your cereal bowl. Good day. I said good day.